What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. Today, we're giving you the quick rundown, the best bets of the Week 9 college football Saturday main slate. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. We have a limited time offer from Bet365 if you live in Kentucky, Ohio, New Jersey, Virginia, Iowa, or Colorado. Right now, you can make your first deposit, bet $5 on anything, and whether that wins or loses, you will get $150 in the form of bonus bets. In Kentucky, you only need to bet $1 to get $365, a phenomenal offer there. It's only available in those select states. You must be 21 to play, 18 in Kentucky. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. And to take advantage of that, the link is in the video description below. Take these bankroll boosting opportunities. What I can guarantee is they will not be around forever, so we need to get them while we can. All right, so this is just the top 3 bets of the Saturday slate. If you are interested for full breakdowns of these games, as well as, a ton of games on the slate, check out Betting You on this very channel. Myself and Ben Raza go through them. But to kick things off, we are actually going to start with the biggest game of the week, in my opinion. Oregon taking on Utah. I laid the points with Oregon. I took it at 5. 6.5 is what I'm currently seeing. I think anything under 7 is completely fine here. I've not been buying this Utah team all season long, sometimes to my detriment. We can look at what this team has done. They've been outgained in multiple wins this year, which I think is problematic. Against Florida, 5.3 yards per attempt. Utah was at 5.1. Against Baylor 5.9 yards per play. Utah, 5.2. UCLA, 3.6 yards per play. Utah, 3.4. In last game, they beat up on a corpse of USC. There's a world where this team is 2-4 with wins over Cal and Weber State. We know the problems. They can't throw the ball. They haven't had Cam Rising all year. Their stud tight end, Brant Kuithe, essentially hasn't played in 2 years now. Their tight end, Thomas Yasmin, who's played in place of Kuithe, is now out for the year. They lost an edge rusher, Logan Fano, for the year, so now their defense is starting to be affected. And most importantly, their stud linebacker, Lander Barton, exited last week. He's out for the rest of the year. This Utah team is ravaged on top of what we saw with Rising and Kuithe to begin the year. And now they're facing Oregon, who's been a juggernaut and actually averaged more yards per play than Washington themselves. They also dodged an injury scare when Bucky Irving went down. I was terrified because this Utah team, contrary to what people will tell you, is not strong in the trenches, especially on run D. They're 108th in run defense. Bucky Irving is going to have a field day running all over this defense. And even if they load the box, you have Bo Nix, 78% completion, 8.9 yards per attempt, 19 touchdowns, 1 interception, mobile when he needs it, playing behind the best offensive line in college football. No exaggeration. They are number 1 in pass blocking efficiency. I know they're on the road, and Utah has a very strong home field advantage, but man, under a touchdown, very generous number here in favor of Oregon. We'll be backing the Ducks. Second game, we're going to go to another team hitting the road as a big favorite. It is Ohio State taking on Wisconsin, what maybe was a dark horse game of the year in the Big Ten. Unfortunately, it is not that anymore. But the Badgers, they'll be trotting out a backup quarterback here as 14.5-point home underdogs. I laid the points with Ohio State. I think this team is more talented, really across the board. You look at the position groups. When fully healthy, Ohio State, it's no question, they're larger favorites than 14.5 against Wisconsin, and I think they will be that. Kyle McCord, he certainly has an edge over backup signal caller Braden Locke. I prefer the Ohio State running backs when fully healthy, Trevion Henderson, Trip Chana, Mayan Williams. Wisconsin lost Ches Malusi. He's been their better rusher this year. Braylon Allen has had a poor season. Efficiency metrics are bad. He's essentially slamming into the back of the offensive line 23 times per game. Offensive line, I think it's close, but still give the edge to Ohio State. They're better in run blocking for sure, where they're 15th and Wisconsin is 28th. Pass blocking favors the Badgers slightly. And then on defense, this is no question. Ohio State has one of the best defenses in the country. 5th overall, 10th against the run, 3rd in coverage. Wisconsin's 25th, and honestly, I don't buy these metrics. They've played some really easy signal callers. Cole Snyder from Buffalo, Purdue, Gavin Wimsatt from Rutgers, Deacon Hill from Iowa, and Luke Altmaier from Illinois. When they did play decent signal callers, Cam Ward, from Washington State and Davis Brin from Georgia Southern, they got gashed. Now you're facing Kyle McCord. Think what you will of him, but he's still throwing to Marvin Harrison. And maybe we get a little bit more help from Emeka Ibuka in this spot. Wisconsin just does not have the bodies to contain those players. And then the defense is so strong for Ohio State. I think they legitimately are live to shut out the Badgers here. We'll lay the points. Even though it's in Madison, no real issues. Last one we'll talk about here. Cincinnati, Oklahoma State. Little off the radar, but I like the over in this game. Cincinnati overs have just been a printing fest so far this year. The Cincinnati team's problem is on defense, where they're 95th and they're 127th in coverage. Oklahoma's going to throw the ball on you. They're a pseudo air raid attack. Alan Bowman has been awesome since he took over center. And they have Ollie Gordon in the backfield to balance things out. Cincinnati has been pretty good against the run. They're 60th, but they just lost Dante Corleone and Daniel Griesiak to injury. I'm not sure if they play, if one of them plays, if two of them play. You have to watch that status, but even if they're banged up, that further enhances the offensive matchup for Oklahoma State. And then Cincinnati plays pretty good offense. They're 57th overall. Emory Jones has been able to move the ball through his legs primarily. I like their receivers. And Oklahoma State is 114th at defending the run. So this three-pronged rushing attack with Jones, Montgomery, and Kiner should find success. And then lastly, pacing matches up for you in this game. So when I look at the current total of 53 points, honestly, you might be able to wait and get a better number. I'm not locked into the 53. The under's taken money so far. There's no risk in waiting. I'm certainly playing it over in this game, but I'm going to wait and see throughout the week and see if we can't get something like a 52.5 or a 52 closer to kickoff. But those will be the top three. For additional bets, for full breakdowns of these games, head to the Betting U videos on this very channel. If you have a question, reach out to me on Twitter. If you disagree, I missed something, whatever it may be, leave a comment. Until next time, we'll see you guys later, and good luck.